Okay, we're going to do the dado joint today. A dado joint is where you have a rectangular channel, recess cut into one piece, and the other piece sets into it. So we're going to get going on that. You're going to need a handsaw, a chisel, sharp pencil, a square, a guide block, and a clamp. And let's get started. Now this is to add to the one we have done in class already. So this is just for you to get caught up on if you're missing it. So we're going to want to center this piece here on our block of wood. So to do that, we're going to find the edge of this piece so we know where to put our guide block. So we're going to line this joining piece up flush right there. Make a couple of marks. You can see what I did. Join this up, line this on the edge, flush, meaning it's lined up. Then I am going to, can I zoom in? No, I can't. Let's see, can I get closer? How's that? Then I'm going to draw an X here, just in the middle there. Make sure you have a sharp pencil for this. That X is going to show us the edge of our piece and keep it centered. You're going to want to draw a light line there, crossing the X. Alright, so that's the edge where I'm going to cut. I also want to know how deep to go, how deep my dado is going to go, and you're going to go 1/3 of the way across. So you can eyeball it and do a finger scribe, like this, to get that, or you can measure. And in this case I'm going to just take the metric side of the tape, put 0 here, 0, and pivot around until I have 3 or 30 on this side. I can make a mark at 10 and that'll get me 1/3 of the way across. But I'm just going to eyeball that and go there, make a mark the same distance on the other side. So now I know how deep I'm going to make my cut. Now what I'll do is I'm going to clamp my, let's see, can I move this over? Clamp my guide block right on that line. I clamped it on. I'm going to double check if I'm square. If I'm a little bit out of square, I can just loosen the clamp a little bit and then make the adjustments on my guide block where I need it, and then tighten the clamp back up. Hopefully you can see what's happening. Now I'm going to use my saw and cut, keeping the saw against the guide block. That's the point of the guide block, is to keep it straight up and down and square. So I'm using my fingers to keep pressure against the guide block. And I'm going to saw down to my line. On both sides, checking this side and this side. Once I have that, I'm going to put my block against there, and I might use another guide block, but you don't have to. I'm going to clamp that there, and if I could just clamp it, that'd be perfect. What I want to do is establish the opposite side of my dado joint, and now I have a guide block for the other side. And let me move this around so you can see that better. Now I'm going to cut the opposite side, double check. It might be a little bit loose, but we'll go with that. So this is protecting your saw from crossing the line and making a sloppy joint. Now cut down here to my line again. And once I've got that, I'm going to make a cut in the middle, down to my line. I might have gone past it on that side. Unfortunate. Now I can take this out. And I'm going to go over to the vise here and put my piece in the vise. What I need to do is remove everything in this area. I need to remove it down to my line. So I'm going to do that with my chisel. And I'm going to take, not like this, I will not do it freehand, but I'm going to take small bites, starting at the top, maybe 3 different slices till I get down to my line. Make sure your chisel's sharp. Watch the other video on how to make sure your chisel's sharp. And I'm just going to press in. Maybe some small jerking movements. Don't go all the way through, or what will happen is the fibers will release and you'll chip out the other side. Never put your hand in front like this to get more power. Always from behind. If you want more power, then get a mallet and chip at it. Alright, that's that side. If you see the fibers tearing up, then you haven't gone quite far enough. So I got that side done. Flip it around. And do this way, from this side. Alright. Take small bites. If you take too big a bite, you just cause problems for yourself. Okay, that's not bad. Some of those fibers, you may have to put the chisel straight up and down. Chip it through like this to clean that bottom up. Make sure you've got it cleaned everywhere. Here a little bit. Clean that up. Looks like I could have gone a little bit deeper on this side here. Right here I can still see some of my saw curve. Those saw curves tell you how deep you need to go with your chiseling. So I can see that I could go a little deeper. Well, that is if you were accurate. You have to be accurate with your cuts. Alright. There we go. That's pretty good. Check my fit. Nice. It's a good fit. So it stays in there on its own, and you can see, let's move this up. You can see that it seats nicely in the bottom, and it's also just enough friction to hold it there on its own. That's a really nicely cut dado joint, and you can see it's very crisp and clean here. You don't see many gaps between this block and this block. It's seating nicely in the bottom of the recess or the channel, and it should be square. Whoa. Yes, it's square. And is it the same distance here? We've got 44 millimeters on this side, and we've got 44 millimeters on this side. So that is as good as you can get with hand tools, and if you can do this well, you'll get your full marks. So that's the dado joint and how to cut it.